Walking just a mile a day might seem small, but the cumulative benefits are tremendous over time. And I appreciate you joining me on the 1 Mile, 1 Veteran podcast today as we discuss the power of taking small but consistent steps towards progress. Since living out the lessons I've learned through hosting this podcast, I believe personal growth is unlocked in incremental steps. Every stride you take can fuel your transformation and unleash your potential. It's all about understanding how this regular walking activity drives change, helping veterans and others realize their capability and growth in all areas of their lives. During this episode, I'm going to explore the deep-seated benefits of walking on our physical, mental, and emotional well-being. The transformative effects can be surprising, and this simple routine boosts creative thinking and mental clarity while improving physical fitness and overall health. Daily walking builds a foundation for incredible personal growth and lifelong self-improvement. And over the last couple of years, I've been transformed physically and mentally by incorporating this simple activity into my daily life. For those of you that don't know my story, I've had persistent health challenges and daunting mental hurdles that included chronic pain from old injuries, depression, PTSD, suicidal ideations, and a condition that nearly left half my face paralyzed and me deaf in one ear. Frankly, I was at a pivotal point and uncertain of the road ahead. Nonetheless, with support and preparation, Leanne and I set out to create 1 Mile, 1 Veteran, which has become an enlightening journey of self-discovery and personal growth. Through this season, I came to commit myself to daily walks in an exploration for better health, and it's been as transformative as it sounds. Over the last 2 years, a striking change has unfolded. And yes, there have been roadblocks like struggling to sell our condo at a time of high interest rates to nearly calling it quits and returning to Hawaii about a month after leaving our home. Yet, a steadfast commitment and tremendous support from friends and family encouraged me forward through the frustrations and setbacks. Regular walks became a mainstay to drive me through the darkness. Professionally, I'm doing something fulfilling for the first time since my military service by hosting this show and helping people transform their lives. My medications have been reduced from nearly 18 pills a day to an occasional antihistamine. I've lost over 40 pounds and even have a sustainable plan to continue to reduce more fat this year, all without excessive dieting and exercise. My chronic pain has finally hit a manageable level without needing to go to constant physical therapy or chiropractic services. And I've had a fantastic time traveling with Leanne to 7 different countries on 4 different continents, experiencing places I've never dreamed a poor kid from the trailer park like me could ever see. This journey underlined a vital realization. Small daily steps towards improvement have freed my latent potential. Despite how much faith I have, or how long I've been sober, or how often I've opened up to therapists, walking has led to the most holistic personal growth I've experienced in over a decade. This process reaffirms that anyone valuing their well-being and persisting through struggles can attain transformation. Choosing consistency over intensity is the key to unleashing our undiscovered potential. Allow walking to become a metaphor for life. Make steady progress, overcome challenges, and value the process over the outcome. Let each step bring new ideas and help you break your self-imposed limits to grow personally. It's not simply walking, but something that could lead you to so many positive changes in your life. So how do we start to make the simple act of walking a transformative experience? Well, we need to answer 2 questions first. Why? And what? In terms of personal development, determining your why is instrumental in unlocking your potential. Your why fuels your actions. It's the profound incentive compelling you daily to walk that mile. It infuses your self-betterment journey with purpose. But your what is equally as influential. Comprehending your what involves precisely pinpointing your desired outcomes from this commitment. Whether it's physical vitality, mental well-being, or a sense of achievement, conscious recognition of your what guides you towards self-growth. By understanding your why, you highlight the emotional energy driving your progress, while specifying your what gives you clear sight to your destination. These pivotal elements guide your personal growth expedition, ensuring each step aligns with a meaningful endpoint. So let's dive deeper into these 2 concepts, and remember that embracing change demands comprehension of both your motivation and your envisioned destination in life. So why is it essential to have a why? And how do we determine one that's strong enough? Simon Sinek is the name in the game for deciding why and why that's important. But the whole idea is that your why equals your level of motivation. It's your motivation to begin something, to push through the hard times, and to either finish it well if it's a goal, or continue to go if it's a habit you want to start or stop in your life. In pursuing personal growth, pausing and contemplating our core motivations is vital. What propels us towards change or progress? when attempting to answer this question for a new goal or habit, our immediate responses are generally a little bit more superficial and therefore could lead us towards quitting or never reaching our destination. Say you aim to get a better job. Our immediate why might be to make more money. But why? Well, I want to buy better stuff. But why? To have a better life. But why? What's wrong with your life now? Now we're getting somewhere. We can start to determine what you genuinely want to change and prepare for in the future. On my journey of weight loss, and it's been a long one, I've had to ask myself why many times over the years. The first time I realized I had an issue with my weight, I was about 23 years old, recently back from Iraq, weighing approximately 220 pounds and nearly failing the Navy physical fitness and body composition standards. My why was pretty simple at that point. If I didn't lose the weight and strengthen my body, I'd lose my job and feel humiliated around my friends and family. So my military community rallied around as a team, we surpassed the goal, and ultimately I became a command fitness leader at my unit. But 6 years later, I still lost my job when I got my PTSD diagnosis. My wife then decided to leave, and I ended up renting a room in a house that I shared with 2 other men. What motivated me to maintain a healthy body weight and fitness standard then? Finding a why that's worked consistently took me another 10 years. I tried wanting to live a long and healthy life. It worked for about 8 months, and then, nope, back to the same old habits. My wonderful wife Leanne's why took over to ensure that she had a long and healthy life for me. It worked for her, but I still needed to do better. I set performance-based goals like marathons and martial arts competitions. I met the goals, but my overall health and fitness went away as soon as those goals were gone. So how did I finally find a why that's worked? Well, I stopped looking for immediate or temporary whys, and I began looking for a why that meant something to me. And my why actually has a lot to do with you. See, I want to see you succeed in your goals and in your transformations. If my journey can inspire just one other person, it will have been worth it. The hard days become a lot easier because they're not about me. If getting out the door to walk means that you get out of bed, then my daily mile is no longer about me and what I can do, but about you and what you can do and give to your own community. It's a much bigger purpose than I want to be around for my retirement or look good in a bathing suit, which is what we wear often in Hawaii. But what motivates me at this point in my life is how we help make this world just a little bit better today. And that, to me, is through helping someone else be just a little bit better today. Really consider your motivations for pursuing personal growth. In doing so, you'll nurture your self-awareness and mindfulness. It urges us to delve into our values, beliefs, and self-visions, cultivating a deeper connection with our evolving identities. Who I was when I was 23 is not who I am at 40. And it's crucial to pause and contemplate your genuine goals by answering your why before you can answer your what. From my why of wanting to help others, I have a series of whats that have risen. These whats are then driven into helping me establish clear goals and their desired outcomes, which is pivotal in personal growth. It's like inputting a destination on a GPS before starting a journey. Reflect on what you want to aim to accomplish in various facets of life, like professional success, enhanced relationships, improved well-being, or self-development. You can lay the groundwork for purposeful action and assess your advancement by articulating your goals. Remember that your objectives should adhere to the SMART criteria: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. This framework clarifies your goals and renders them more feasible. And don't be afraid to dream big and establish more ambitious targets that push you to surpass perceived limits. Through goal setting, you'll have an opportunity to gain more insight into your core values and ignite a purpose that propels you onward each day, especially if you're still searching for your why. As part of my current journey, I set a SMART goal to run a Spartan Trifecta race the weekend of August 18th, 2024. So specifically and measurably, I'll complete 36 kilometers or just over 22 miles and about 75 obstacles over 2 days. Is this achievable though? Well, in the last 4 years, I've run a marathon or 26.2 miles in just over 5 hours, and I've completed 2 shorter Spartan races, so I'd say physically, I can complete it. It's relevant because part of this race is to motivate a group of people to compete in the final 5 kilometers and 20 obstacles along with me, introducing them to pushing their own limits and inspiring them to set and achieve their goals. And it's time-bound to a specific date this year. Having this one goal for this year motivates me to make a daily consistent effort to complete this race when it's time. And having it tied so strongly to my why for physical health, I know that when the days feel hard and my body's in pain, I'm going to do what's required to show up for my goal. So figure out your whys to help determine your whats, and then realize that none of us, start at the finish line. We lay the groundwork for long-term success when we dedicate ourselves to making minor, consistent adjustments in our behavior or habits. I refer to these small daily actions or consistent adjustments as incremental changes, and the power of incremental changes lies in their capacity to accumulate and compound over time, resulting in significant transformations. Just as a single drop of water can eventually carve out a canyon, the most minor step can take you to the highest peak on earth. Setting a goal and then seeing how far off that goal can be daunting and discouraging. Like when I set the goal to weigh 155 pounds by the time I'm 41. When I set that goal, I was nearly 240 pounds. And for a man that stands at 5 foot 8 inches tall, that weight is quite uncomfortable to start just about any kind of movement. But having a strong why, I'm resolved to making this goal, or this what. So just like reaching any goal, I had to map it out. And yeah, there's faster ways to lose 90 pounds, but what methods will become permanent and actually change my life? And that's where incremental changes come in. They change the way we behave over time and develop into habits. So I'll walk you through it, because I didn't start where I'm currently at. I began by committing to taking a daily walk first. After showing some progress, I began adjusting what I ate daily. I found the types of foods that I really like eating regularly, and then I began reducing the junk foods or unhealthy ones. Eventually, I began tracking my intake calories and gave myself a weekly limit. And finally, I started incorporating more movement into my life. This whole process has taken nearly 2 years to get where I'm at now. I'm losing 6 to 8 pounds each month and getting stronger, having more energy, and surprisingly, no daily medications. The compounding effect of incremental adjustments has changed my life, and I'm finally reaping the return on my physical and mental health investment. Embracing small, purposeful steps allows for sustainable progress and lasting transformation. I suggest starting with walking a mile a day because it fosters physical health and creates space for reflection and mindfulness, offering an opportunity for introspection and intention setting in personal development. It is a tremendous meditative opportunity to finally be alone with your thoughts and feelings without the added pressures of needing to perform, speculate in conversations, or be distracted by a screen. Instead of sitting in silence at your desk just waiting for the first phone call or office visit, or taking a breath before opening the door to the clamor of your family coming to you with every request or recap of their day, you get a moment of peace and solitude to let your thoughts move as you travel forward. For most of us, the beauty of going for a walk is that it doesn't take much preparation to just go do it. Most people don't require special equipment. It can be done in almost any footwear and clothing you wear, and the weather conditions don't need to be perfect. Grab a coat with a hood and maybe an umbrella if it's raining. If it's hot, protect your skin and wear loose-fitting clothing that will allow for air to pass through. Your path doesn't need to be predetermined. Open the door. Go 10 to 15 minutes in one direction, then turn around and come back. If you're familiar with your area, you know when and where it's safe to stroll. You're never so busy to take 20 to 30 minutes for yourself. That's 1% of your day. You get to choose how you spend your time, and you can take that 1% for yourself. Even if you have to watch 20 to 30 minutes less YouTube, social media scrolling, or streaming service to make it happen, this will serve you even more. So as you wander through the familiar streets or nearby parks, let your mind unwind and you'll begin to find more clarity amid your chaos. And as thoughts arise, it's okay to just let them come and go without judgment of why they're there. The rhythmic motion of walking can unleash creativity, allowing ideas to flow freely and solutions to reveal themselves effortlessly. Usually when I come home from a walk, I have what I like to call a debrief session with Leanne. She used to think I was crazy because I'd have so many ideas while I was away, so I've actually had to learn how to filter out the more outlandish thoughts before I talk to her about it. And of course, if you're not really into meditative experiences, walking every day has still been proven to improve our moods by reducing stress, anxiety, and depression. By pumping our heart and blood, you kick your body into producing more feel-good hormones like endorphins, resulting in a natural boost in energy. And some physical benefits to walking include increased stamina, improved sleep, and managing your weight better. Your cardiovascular health will also improve, and you'll notice that it's easier to go do simple things like carrying the groceries, going upstairs, playing with your pet, or even chasing your kids. A practical tip for integrating walking consistently is to schedule fixed time slots dedicated solely to this activity. Treating these time slots as a non-negotiable appointment with yourself makes you more likely to stick to them and reap the benefits of consistency. This could mean setting aside 20 minutes in the morning before work or taking a stroll during your lunch break. Or you could also pair your walks with something you enjoy, such as listening to this podcast or exploring a new route through a park nearby. When you associate walking with positive experiences, it becomes easier to prioritize it in your day-to-day life. Additionally, finding a walking buddy can provide extra motivation and accountability. Whether it's a friend, family member, or furry companion, having someone else join you on your walks can make the experience more enjoyable and help you stay committed to walking regularly. Whatever it is that you do, once you've committed to the incremental step of incorporating walking a mile into your life, start considering other areas where you can make an incremental 20-minute, 1% change for the better, like calling a loved one that you want a closer relationship with, or learning a skill that you've always dreamed of trying. Whatever it is, don't forget to assess your why and your what of your next goal when you get there. Life's journey is filled with unexpected hurdles and challenges, often prompting us to question our abilities. So what happens when you start missing miles and making excuses for not committing to yourself today? It's during these challenging times that we have the opportunity to dig deep and uncover untapped potential within ourselves. Heck, I found out I can walk a mountain road in freezing rain and be happy doing it. Never thought that was possible. Now I'm walking in sub-zero temperatures in Canada, which is just wild. When faced with adversity, it's important to remember that overcoming obstacles can lead to personal growth and development. Each challenge allows us to learn, evolve, and become more resilient. And that's why we need strong enough whys. It will help us grow. It will help us become more determined even when we don't want to be. Even when we're laid up in a hospital bed, being told that we might lose our hearing, we find out who we are. Are we someone that doesn't show up when times are tough? Or are we someone that gets out of bed, acknowledges that our situation's hard, and puts one foot in front of the other to make our commitments happen? Embracing these challenges allows us to develop perseverance and determination that serves us in all aspects of life. By pushing through difficult times, we prove our strength and gain valuable lessons that shape who we are. Viewing obstacles as stepping stones towards personal growth is essential. Very rarely do we look back on a time when we overcame a challenge with resentment and anger. Instead, it serves as a mile marker that we can point to, even if it's just for ourselves, saying, I did that. Setting attainable daily goals and celebrating progress, no matter how small, helps dismantle daunting challenges into manageable steps, fostering a sense of accomplishment and momentum. Surrounding yourself with positive influences can also significantly impact your motivation during challenging times. So seek out friends, mentors, or inspirational figures who have triumphed over similar obstacles and draw strength from their experiences from the guests that we have on this podcast. Remember that it's not only okay, but essential to take breaks when necessary while maintaining faith in the power of perseverance to propel you towards personal growth. As we walk through life, we must pause and recognize the milestones we've accomplished. Each step forward, no matter how small, signifies progress and growth. Whether it's achieving a fitness goal, landing a new job, or honing a skill, these milestones should be celebrated and acknowledged for the effort and determination they symbolize. But what if you can't walk a full mile in a single session today? Can you walk for just 5 minutes? That's huge and amazing. So do that, celebrate that, and then do it again. You will eventually discover that you can walk for 6 minutes or 7. So do that and then celebrate it. And tell your friends that'll celebrate with you too. It's so crucial to set goals that are realistic for you. Remember, make them smart. I want you to walk a mile, but when would that be realistic if you started it today? 6 months? A year? Then put it on the calendar and make a plan to get there. When establishing targets, consider what's feasible and within your current circumstances and gradually challenge yourself as you progress. And let me and others who are part of the 1 Mile, 1 Veteran community help you, support you, and grow with you. We've created a walking community using the Strava app, and people from all over the world from different walks of life have been finding their footing in daily walks. So I want to invite you to join our community right now. The app and community are free, and we don't get any money from this promotion. This is an app that I've used over the years and have come to love its simplicity. You can track your walk through the app or other devices, or even manually add the experience. You can share your experiences in words, photos, and most importantly, you can receive and give support along the way. We are about to start a 1 mile a day challenge for February 2024, and I would be thrilled if you joined us. Connect with me on the Strava app to get started and stay in the know for our next challenge. So commit right now to this practice, and you will begin to cultivate discipline, determination, and a sense of accomplishment that will expand into other areas of your life. And for those of you that may be struggling today, there is always hope for the next moment, day, month, or even year. There is nothing ever so wrong in life that we need to make a permanent decision based on a temporary circumstance. And you can begin making things better one step at a time. You just need to start taking them. Thank you again for joining me today on the 1 Mile, 1 Veteran podcast. And remember, you can also listen to the 1 Mile, 1 Veteran podcast on Reese Across America Radio, available on iHeartRadio, Odyssey, and the TuneIn app.